can do it. You can get over here. Come on, get past that vacuum cleaner.
Come on, Ian.
Come on. You can get past it. Come on.
Come on,
You
Ian.
can do it.
You can
Come
do
on.
it.
Come on, you can get past this.
Come on.
And
Come on.
come on, you can do it.
You can do it. Good girl. Oh, good girl.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, this is a video I want to make about a variety of topics. So strap in. This might be a little bit longer. I want to cover just a little bit about a lot of things. And I think they all sort of relate as to the broader picture of where we are right now. But they are also just like a little bit of everything I'm watching and also kind of unrelated. So yeah, a lot about whatever. Let's have fun. First off, I talk about it a lot. Crypto.com, the crow coin, Cronos. I remain super bullish on Cronos. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. But I'm seeing the price action. I know a lot of people are getting frustrated and bored with it, and I'm actually really enjoying it because it's giving me a lot more time to accumulate. Like a lot of other people, I've kind of tapped out my fiat reserves a little bit ago, just because of the length of this bear market is just incredible. I think this is the longest bear market we've had in crypto, and I think it's just a war of attrition right now, trying to bore people out of crypto. But the thing about crypto, the crypto community is we can be stubborn, we can be resilient, we have very strong beliefs in our positions, because it's not just I very strongly want to make money. There is that, but I very strongly believe that this technology is a revolution that's coming. And especially with Bitcoin, stuff like that. And so, when I think about, the price of all of the cryptos that, I look at, I'm involved in, they're all down. They're all down a lot. But my conviction, it's not blind. Everybody has to kind of reevaluate if new information comes to light. And I'll talk about something that makes me reevaluate some things later. But reevaluate, question themselves. You can't just ignore everything and say, crypto's going to the moon. You do have to look at it. But every time I do, it only strengthens my resolve that, our current model is unsustainable, and there's a lot of change coming. And speaking of change, I don't want to go into too many specifics, or the video is going to be an hour long, but if you pay attention to what's going on with Binance, there just is a huge shift globally with this company. A lot of countries Binance is pulling out of a lot of countries because of regulation issues, big countries, big markets. And at the same time, Crypto.com is sneaking right in behind them, sometimes the same day. And I can't believe this is a coincidence. I'm guessing there is a little bit of good old-fashioned competition going on. But when Binance leaves the market, Crypto.com is right there entering and securing good regulation, securing good, proper channels for operating in those markets. So I'm incredibly bullish on the way that the business is operating in that sense. Now, again, I have concerns with some things about Crypto.com. One is their customer service is absolute dog poop. So I continue to have very, very, very poor customer service experiences with them. And I've said it before, on one hand, that's kind of all companies these days. Everyone is outsourcing to either AI or some very low-paid person in a call center for customer service that doesn't even know anything about crypto. They have a script in front of them, which is literally designed to get you off of the phone and out of their hair, or just ignore you and hang up on you. Which is really what I feel like. I've had like 4 specific interactions with very serious problems with crypto.com where it literally felt like, I don't know if they had already implemented an AI that was poor, but it literally, like, I would say a problem and they would say, thank you, I have solved your problem now, goodbye. And literally nothing had been changed or done, and it didn't sound like they had even heard what the problem was. And I wasn't supposed, I know they have the automatic response chatbots, which are very supposedly clearly labeled. And it was not that. I mean, I was supposed to be chatting with a live agent, and so either, I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on any one thing, but yeah. So I have my concerns with the company, but overall, I think just because of the amount of market share that they're going to be picking up in the coming years, what their current valuation is compared to competitors like Binance, what their marketing strategy is like, and what their community is like, importantly, because they do have a very strong community. Hey, shout out if any Crow community is watching this, leave some love. Like, comment, subscribe. I still would like to give away Crow at some point if I ever grow my subscriber base. If I get to 200 subscribers, I'm going to do a Crow giveaway, but I'm nowhere close, so I don't even bother to announce it anymore. But so yeah, community is very strong. They have the Loaded Lions game coming out soon, which again I've had my pros and cons about. I'm not holding my breath for it. We'll see. I like to be surprised to the upside, so if I'm a little bit pessimistic, forgive me. It just seems to be the pattern with launches for crypto.com. But I am, like I said, very extraordinarily bullish from where the current price action is and where I think it can go. And I'm taking the time to accumulate. So I might do a follow-up video with just some more, stuff about specifics that I like. So moving on, the one last thing, the app for U.S. customers specifically, this is important because we don't have access to the exchange right now, and from what it looks like anytime soon because of the way the U.S. is treating crypto. But the app just got a kind of a revamp, which is really cool. It didn't change too much of the functionality. It just looks different and it feels a lot better, feels a lot smoother. It wasn't that it was clunky before, but it's actually just better now. So that's one thing. Also, pretty big up-down options have been incorporated into the app, which is kind of like a dangerous double-edged sword. You can really lose your position really quickly. Options are complicated and risky. You need to account for more variables like theta. They don't give you too much in the way of options on the options. Traditionally, you could choose what your actual time decay is going to be, and they let you buy multiple contracts up or down, basically on Bitcoin or Ethereum. So it's not even on every crypto. I don't know. Maybe they'll look to expand it later, but just getting their foot in the door on that is actually pretty cool. I expect that is probably going to massively increase people interacting with the app. We'll see. I like to, now and then YOLO. I've been watching Bitcoin long enough to the point where I get a feel for pretty good ideas of when it's going to kind of go up or down or sideways. And every now and then, I always subject to be wrong because Bitcoin's going to do what it's going to do. But every now, you only have to win a little bit more than you lose, So in the long term, we'll see. So moving on, Hivemapper, still chugging along, doing what it's doing. They are developing in certain ways that's cool, and there's also certain things I really freaking hate about it. So Helium 2.0, we'll see. The biggest thing I like about it is that it operates on Solana, which I'm getting pretty bullish about. The more I look into it, the more I'm feeling it out. I had a scare along with the entire rest of the market because of their whole FTX little wrap up there, but it has looked pretty resilient in the face of that, and it's done a pretty good recovery this year. It's not that I don't expect. I actually hope it goes back down for a little bit of a better buying opportunity. But Solana, I'm liking, which means Helium. Also, kind of the only thing I like about Helium right now is it's on Solana, which has been a point of contention. It probably wasn't perfect, but Helium just had its halving. So for those of you who are still paying attention to Helium, you're earning half as much as before, which half of zero is pretty much still zero. So come back later if it ever bounces. I don't expect it probably will. The tokenomics are pretty rough, and the sentiment is pretty rough. And the mobile token has seen a nice bounce, which is cool because I did participate in the mobile launch. And I have not been earning any mobile for the past couple of months because of a bug with the small indoor cell radios and the GPS signal. So if they can't lock your GPS, they won't reward you, even though the thing is working perfectly other than the GPS. And so I'm not getting any rewards, which is very frustrating. It's, I know it's a new project, so there's going to be bugs, and that's to be expected, but it is frustrating when the bugs affect your rewards versus maybe just affecting something else. Speaking of bugs affecting rewards, I'm also participating in crankk, which has been pretty cool. But also, one of my crankk hotspots is experiencing problems. I'm not collecting rewards. It's as I understand it, has to do with the Nebra itself. They keep updating things and on Nebra side, and it kind of breaks things on the crankk side. And I've been back and forth in Discord. They've been kind of saying like, "Hey, try this, try this, try this." Oh yeah. Oh, Nebra's. Oh, okay. They're kind of a problem. So the beta 2.0 was supposed to start soon, and they're saying maybe I can migrate to another hotspot or something, which I have plenty to use because of Helium. But I really don't know. It's just it is a very. It's not hugely complicated, but for me at this point, I got involved in so many things, experimenting with so many things, and it's been great. It's been a learning process, but I don't have the time, the energy, or maybe it's the bear market. I don't know what's happening. I don't want to worry about if something is up and operating all of the time, and if I turn my back on it for 30 seconds, it's going to be down. I'm willing to do work in order to get something working, but if that is all defeated in one day of something got changed and it broke, then it gets very frustrating. And I know, again, that's the nature of being early in projects that are going to encounter all of this stuff. But when projects are kind of sold as a not quite plug and play, but close to that, and you kind of expect, okay, I want to set it up, I'll get involved, I'll learn about it, yeah, I'll do the work on it. I don't expect to have to fiddle with the setup every day, or because if you're doing one project, fine, that's not going to be too big of a problem. But if you're involved in a lot of speculative projects, maybe I've spread myself a little too thin, then it just starts to be this rotating carousel of what problem do I want to deal with today when I have free time? And I only have so much free time, and I don't want to spend all of my free time struggling to deal with problems so that I can earn $1 extra a day, which again, I realize, hopefully in the bull run, it could be worth way more, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. That's where I am right now. So, moving on, I wish I didn't ramble so much, because this is part of the video where I feel like, gets to an important part of kind of my thought process right now. I do pay attention to a lot of things. One of the things that I think maybe is hard to avoid right now, if you pay attention to anything in the science field of sciences, is that a new material called LK99 has been released by some Korean scientists, or a paper about how to make this material. And the reason this is significant is because it is a superconductor that can operate at room temperature in normal atmosphere. And what this would mean is everything is going to change if this can be confirmed. A lot of labs are working on replicating this as we speak, and any day this could change everything as we know it. I mean, when you talk about energy preservation in batteries and motors and anything that uses energy, quantum computing, which brings me full circle to crypto. Quantum computers, it's possible they're way closer and much more closer to being mass adopted than maybe I had previously thought. If this breakthrough material is available, because current quantum computers have to be super cold to operate, and actually the majority of the machine, if you look at it, is just centered around keeping this thing to like near absolute zero. So if you can remove that biggest hurdle to quantum computing, I think we're very close. So again, this is a big if. It hasn't been confirmed. There is a back and forth in the community about what is this? Is this legit? There's a lot of question marks around everything, and it's hard to pick apart. I am an idiot, but if this is enough of a risk that you have to entertain the what if scenario, because if you don't, it's going to totally upend your world. So I think I'm going to start looking into some quantum resistant cryptos. I literally haven't done this yet before. I just thought, I don't know, I had more time. Maybe I do have plenty of time still. I'm going to start looking into some. If anyone has recommendations out there, leave comments. What's your favorite quantum resistant crypto? How does this make you feel about Bitcoin? Do you think it's going to be a problem for Bitcoin? Yeah. Let me know. Maybe this is some of that alien tech that's leaked through. I mean, there's such a weird time, and I know I've said it almost every video. There is so much happening. This could be a giant psyops. This could be the end of the world. I don't know. It's very hard to say. Maybe every generation feels like this, but it truly does feel like there's just maybe you are better off closing your eyes and going la 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 and living on a mountain somewhere, because it is a confusing time to try to pick apart information. Yeah, I'm going to end the video with just talking about, I don't remember if I spent much time on the BlackRock ETF thing. Obviously, that's hugely bullish. There's news both directions. Hugely bullish, hugely bearish in both directions. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen. Dollar cost averaging like an idiot, just because it's mindless. But this BlackRock ETF could be huge. BlackRock, like the biggest name in the space, trillions in assets under management. Larry Fink, Mr. Larry Fink, he's said something about, like, I forget the exact percentage, but it was ridiculous. He said Bitcoin should be like 85% of your portfolio. 85. The BlackRock CEO saying Bitcoin should be 85% of your portfolio is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, even the most, to say, a 1 to 5% asset allocation into Bitcoin is enough to hedge your risk. Blah 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 blah. That's a pretty. I don't want to. That's a pretty solid step forward into crypto for traditional finance guys. And for BlackRock to say, yeah, throw almost everything you have into it. That's huge. I don't know if he's just saying that to pump his bags before he starts the ETF. I mean, he's out to make money. Let's be honest. But yeah, it's huge because whether or not what he says goes. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows the ESG narrative is BS, right? And you know who started that? Larry Fink. But he's kind of the king. So everyone says, "Oh yeah, ESG, that's important now." Okay, that's the rule. That's the rule. Everyone has to care about this now because this guy does. Well, if this guy cares about Bitcoin now, I think that's going to set the stage. So we'll see. I don't know. Moving on, last thing I want to touch on is the Hex lawsuit. I'm actually kind of happy about this because I personally see this as a win-win scenario. And I'll explain it like this. I'm not going to say what my personal opinion is on Hex because I don't want to face any lawsuits or anything. But I will say that if a person is being sued for being a scam artist, I'm happy about that because I think there should be repercussions. And if that lawsuit were to fail, I'm happy about that because screw the SEC, and I'm not a fan of Gary Gensler either. So if two people I'm not particularly fans about are going to waste a lot of time and energy and resources going at it, that's pretty. I'm not batting an eye over that. And no matter which way the lawsuit comes out, I don't see it as being bad. If Hex wins the lawsuit, or Richard Hart specifically, if he wins the lawsuit, then that is just one black eye after another for the SEC. They are probably never going to sue anybody ever again. Because if they can't beat Ripple and if they can't beat Hex, they don't have a chance with anybody else. Unless they're just like a very small, puny little garage startup. So that's cool. And again, like I said, if the SEC wins, fine. No, whatever. Hex is gone. I don't think that's necessarily going to negatively affect the rest of the crypto market. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And I'll leave it there. I want to make another video very soon. I'm not lying this time.